Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thanks for joining us tonight at the Millennium stage. Now please welcome Kate Kerrigan and Brian Loudermilk.
Drove on all of our road trips. She believed in listening to the highway. You start driving and keep driving. There's no stopping till Kelly says you've arrived.
You're not doing it right.
Doing what?
You're not in it.
What are you talking about?
You're not in the moment, Sam. Talk about what it felt like.
What did it feel like?
You remember. Feeling the wind blowing your hair. Picking a road and going anywhere. We're heading south or maybe west. We don't know much. We're making up the rest. Tear up the atlas. Don't read the road signs. Driving for the sake of driving anywhere. That's freedom.
Freedom.
What bug do you have up your ass?
I don't have a bug up my ass.
Oh, do you even realize how epic this weekend is going to be? There's like 6 parties, and I'm taking this lecture called Sex, and you have to come.
I'm on break. I don't really feel like going to class.
Well, what do you want to do?
I don't know.
Samantha Brown? Do you see that fork up ahead?
Yes.
Well, one way leads to my school, and the other leads somewhere else. Which way do you want to turn?
I don't know.
If you don't choose, we're going to hit that house. Left or right?
Left.
Very slow, Brown.
So where are we going?
I have no idea. Counting the miles as we go past.
The tank is full, the sun is high.
Knowing that every mile could be our last.
Just watching the day go by. We won't look back. We never will. We've come too far.
We'll drive till we hit Nashville.
Freedom.
So, what do you want to do now?
Make a right.
In life, Sam, think big. What do you want?
I don't know. I want to get my license.
Bigger.
I want the deafening sound of driving fast with the windows down.
More!
I want to break rules and do something unexpected.
Good. I want Arby's.
I want to hold on to this moment right now.
I want to go skinny dipping in the ocean.
I want to drive forever. And I'm almost starting to feel it. How she took a day and made it special.
Freedom.
The long highways, the cheap rest stops. The last minute, get in the car and let's
go. Let's go. Pick a road, pick a highway. Any road is going my way. Let's go. Live it up with no complicated philosophies. No college, no career, no kids, no fancy house, no. Let's go. Any road but the one we're on. No college, no career, no screaming kids, no mortgage, driving anywhere. Just driving straight into the dawn. That's freedom.
Kelly driving, me riding shotgun. Just a couple girls out on the highway with no road map and no curfew. Just 2 girls with nowhere we have to be. Now she's laughing.
Yeah.
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 Hi, guys.
Hello. Thank you so much for coming out here tonight. Thank you to the Kennedy Center for having us. We're really happy to
I'm
be
Brian,
here.
and this is Kate.
I'm Kate. Brian writes the music.
Kate writes the lyrics. Together, we make some songs. These are our friends Jenny and Zach. That's Jenny Barber. We will introduce her later. There's
depth.
time for that later. We're so happy to be here. This is Kate's first time at the Kennedy Center since you saw something when you were younger.
Oh, I saw Mandy Patinkin.
Mandy Patinkin.
It was pretty great.
It was pretty awesome. I was here last year for a children's musical I wrote. It's so hard to know your way around here, but in one of the theaters over that way, called Dr. Wonderful. But we're so excited to be here. We're going to do about an hour of material. We've got some songs from musicals. That last song was called Freedom, and it's from a musical we wrote called The Unauthorized Autobiography of Samantha Brown.
We have a couple other songs that are standalone songs and a bunch that are from our album, which we will be selling later on. And
This is neither of those things. This is
Yeah.
a song that's a little bit more personal.
yeah.
Okay. Oh, and it's a sing-along. We always forget. It's a sing-along, so it's going to become very clear when and what you should sing. So
When we step forward, we'll start singing, and then
Yeah.
you can join us. And
It's gonna
you're
be okay.
absolutely wel- It'll be really fun. We
don't
promise.
freak out about it. It's just going to be fun. At what age do I have to stop smoking? 'Cause I think there's a cutoff when it stops being cool and you just have lung cancer. And I like wife beaters and keg stands and indie bands. But I think there's a cutoff. I hope it isn't 25. And I would hope that I'll stop being poor someday, 'cause I really want a flat screen TV. Like my friends all have flat screen TVs. And I want one, and an iPhone, and an IRA. What's an IRA? I don't know. Everybody's getting married, and I can't do it. My girlfriend wants to, but I don't want to, 'cause then you have babies and you don't have one. You have multiple babies in succession, and babies puke. They puke almost as much as the drunk girl my roommate brought home last night. And I won't clean up puke, so I can't have babies or drunk girls. So I'm standing on 10th Avenue. I'm standing on 10th Avenue. My toilet is dirty. I'm wearing a wife beater. I'm thinking of this other girl I met. And I'm smoking a cigarette. They say these are the best years of your life. I don't know about that. Second grade was pretty good. We went to Wildwood. Middle school was cool. I kissed girls. They were sober. I don't think these are the best years of your life. These are.
we write a lot of musicals, and we're going to show you a couple songs from different parts of our career.
Yeah, this next song is something that we haven't performed very much.
No, it's brand new.
It's a new piece. We trust you guys to all keep it under wraps, and including the
especially this
people
camera
on the
over
interweb.
here. We think that the internet's going to keep
we
it
won't tell
definitely
anyone.
under
You guys
wraps.
won't judge us too harshly. So this is a pretty new piece. It's an adaptation of Shakespeare's Henry IV, set in Northern Ireland in the 1970s.
And this, I forgot what it's
So
called
different
again.
from the last song.
Yeah, very different from the last song. And this one is, this song happens pretty early in the show. If you know the play,
It's Hal's first big monologue.
Hal's first monologue, which is called "I Think I Know Them So Well." It's the
Oh
beginning
yeah,
of
they
that's
know
the
me so
beginning
well,
of the
something like
phrase.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically we've watched
They're
this
really
guy who is someone who was an operative in the IRA. We've watched him in a bar for the whole first scene, and we've watched him drinking a lot of beer and being a big
He's been
jerk
kind of
face.
a jerk.
We're doing such good job with our language at the Comedy Center. So he's being a really big jerk face, and we've watched him just kind of like drinking a lot and being really mean and strange and like
Yeah, and so then he turns out to the audience and he sort of reveals his purpose that he's going to then go on to accomplish for the rest of the play. For what it's worth, if there are children in the audience, this is the one song that we have that does have some language in it. That said, it's like in an Irish accent.
and it's got a slight
so it might be
Irish
fine.
accent, so it's not big.
But if you want to take your 5-year-old, if you have a 5-year-old, I can't tell. But if you do and you want to take them away for 5 minutes, then everything will be very PG from that point forward.
I know how to keep the bastards laughing. I got their number, but they don't know mine. They don't know shite how I play the bloody fool. I make a game of it. I keep my head down and wait for a sign. I'm ready to run, but they won't see me coming. A kid with a gun, it's my disguise. They don't know I will imitate the sun, and I will rise when the streets are filled with death and terror, and we tremble when the dream of revolution dies. I will stand, I will lead us, other men will fall, but I will rise, rise, rise. Screw my father, screw the whole damn country. They want the freedom, but don't want the fight. They don't know shite, and the provost with their bloody fucking bombs flying. They got the courage, and they got the balls. But where will they stand when it's over, when there's no more right or wrong, when there's blood in the air, and the pubs are long gone, when the streets are filled with death and terror, and we tremble when the dream of revolution dies. I will stand, I will lead us, watch them all fall down, but watch me rise, rise, rise. History is told by the victor, it's written in blood. Only the victor can see past the gore to capture the glory. Centuries of men were defeated, their lives lost in battle for our country, for our people, for me to rise into glory, rise into power, rise like a bomb exploding. I'll rise from the depths, rise like a bird, like a phoenix rising up in triumph from the ashes. I will lead my country from its shame, from its past to its future, and the world will hear my name ring out, and I will
This is another song from the same piece, only it's a totally different character. It's just a romantic scene between two people who are not that
So
person.
forget everything you just heard. We'll pretend that we're the only ones on earth, and the streets are bare, all is quiet. We can go out in the world without a care. No one's there to see. So pretend that we're the only ones on earth. It's just you and me on an island, and the troubles melt away just like the dawn. All gone.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Silence.
Silence.
All alone.
No one knows.
Just you.
Just me laughing.
Fighting.
Kissing.
Kissing.
Lying here.
With you near.
Always.
Always home. And it feels like we're the only ones.
And it feels like we're the only ones
For a little while in the moonlight. But a new day never dawns when night comes to an end. And so we know it's all pretend.
This next song is a song from our show, The Unauthorized Autobiography of Samantha Brown, which you heard the first song was from. And we're going to do a couple more songs from that show. It's about a high school senior who starts to doubt everything that she's done so far. She's the valedictorian, and she is questioning whether or not she wants to go to college and whether or not she's on the right path. And we have Jenny Barber here to sing this. Jenny is we gave Jenny Barber her first job, and we're very proud of that because she's now a big Broadway star. She's been in a bunch of Broadway shows.
She's been in the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee on Broadway. She was just in The Performers with Alicia Silverstone from Clueless. I'm like playing 6 Degrees of Separation in my head right now just for funsies. But what else? And she was on The Electric Company if you watch television.
Oh, and also Smash.
Smash.
She was pregnant.
It's like a weird thing that's happening in our lives that
pregnant.
a large percentage of Kate and my friends are now on Smash.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, it's kind of great. So yes, this is a song that was actually cut from Samantha Brown, but it's okay. And this is Jenny Barber.
I really don't know what I'm doing here. I don't have anything to share. I guess I'm here to explain myself. Why I went and where. And I guess that's fair. I'm only human. I've made some mistakes. I don't think I should apologize. We all make our own decisions. We don't get to make revisions. I didn't have a grand plan. I don't know why I started driving or where it all began. drove away. I have no excuse to make. How the road was calling doesn't matter at all. How I dreamed of highways beckoning, I forgot it was an illusion. It led to the wrong conclusion. I thought I'd proved I was strong. But when the highway reached the ocean, I realized I was wrong. Standing there like a fool, that's the price that I pay as the girl who drove away. But I still feel it, the way the day blows across the sky, and how the miles keep on flying by. I swear I'd never seen these kind of deep arms sunset. It's almost worth the regret. I'm not complaining. I don't have the right. I have made my choice. I live with it. But I don't sleep at all now. The leaves start to turn, it's fall now. I don't know why I left home. And I no longer see why a smart girl like me ever wanted to be the girl who packed her bags and loaded her dad's old sedan. That desperate girl who ran from the future spelled out in her DNA, from the life she deserved and who stands here today. The girl who drove away.
So Kate and I are celebrating a bit of a milestone this fall. This is our 10th year writing together, which is kind of exciting. We've actually we started writing together when about like my sophomore year of college. 10 years ago we started writing together. It's an easy way to remember
We were
that.
both still in college. We'd known each other growing up, actually, and we reconnected in college, and we started writing together, and we didn't. We were at that amazing age where you don't really question what you're doing. You just say, oh, should we write a musical? And then you say, yeah, of course we should.
I was writing
and you
songs,
write
and Kate was
one.
writing these plays, and my mother and Kate's stepmother kind of conspired to put us back in touch. And we didn't have much guile back then, or many walls up. So you just kind of say, yeah, sure, I'll try this.
Yeah.
So
the first show that we wrote was a mixed bag of awesome and terrible.
Yeah.
Called, which it should be. It was called "The Woman Upstairs," and this song is
rose from the wreckage of
yeah,
that
it
show.
did. It's the only one that we really still perform very often.
Yeah. So this is the oldest song you'll hear tonight. It's called 5.5 Minutes.
Every 5.5 minutes, the universe expands 4 miles. And every time I blink, another child enters the world. The world has 6.5 billion people this year, and there are 8 million people in this city, on this island. But right here, right now, somehow you're sitting here. I may not ever catch my breath, no matter how I try. And I may never understand how every single day we breathe 23,000 times, because watching your chest rise and fall, the numbers don't add up when all we are is 100 trillion cells, 206 bones, 5 quarts of blood, 45 miles of nerves, and 100,000 hairs, and too many organs, and 60,000 miles of arteries. We must have been made by a man, 'cause a woman would have made us more economically. I don't know what that means. All I know is that I've seen this scene some years ago, and I would swear I'm watching from the stands. And I would swear I know a second before you reach for her hand. Feels like it's some old movie. But the script's no good and the girl's no beauty. There's the evidence, more facts, but there won't ever be a science of the way we find or keep or measure love. How do we find or keep or measure love? Thanks, guys.
Nice riffing, Kate.
Thank you.
Sounded nice.
Thank you.
So the first produced show that Kate and I ever wrote is a
Which
musical.
came right after the
after
last
that.
one.
Was called Henry and Mudge. I don't know if anyone here is familiar with the books, or maybe has a 5-year-old
Or maybe
in
it
their
even
lives.
played here. It's totally possible.
Yeah, it's
it
also
played
possible
here.
that the show.
Who knows?
We are also very lucky that the show continues. It had a run off Broadway, and now it continues to tour the country. So if you happen to see that Henry and Mudge is somewhere, we wrote that, and you should go see it. And it's kind of cute.
It's pretty fun.
And pretty awesome.
And we realized today, we were talking about it, that we wrote like 5 different versions of the show because we were still learning how to write shows. And so
which we're also still doing, to be clear.
Yes, to be totally clear. We write 5 different versions of a lot of shows. But this is from one of the versions of the show that didn't make it to production.
It was still about a small boy and his very large dog.
182 pounds
Yes.
of dog. And this song is, it got cut, unfortunately, because we loved it.
It was this song where Mudge enters, and the family is having lunch, and or breakfast, and he turns to the mom, and he has something to tell her.
And I guess the only other thing is that in our show, the way that Mudge talked, he talked to us and we could hear him, but the family can't hear him.
Nope, you're just eating your breakfast.
Yeah.
Sweet lady, all my heart is yours. I'd give you all my bones. Sweet lady, how I crave your smell. And gladly I'd kill for you, die for you. I would lick your face. But I confess, I snuck into the house and stole a lacy sock, a certain lacy sock that matched a lacy dress. Yes, I did it so, I did it, I confess. And I confess, I took the sock into the yard and buried it. I dug and buried it beside your shiny belt. Yes, I hid it so, I hid it, and it felt good. flair, discretion and finesse. I have more flair than any other dog you'll own, for I have known the smell of sweet success. Yes, I hid it where I hid it, you won't guess. Oh, I confess, the lacy sock is hidden by the wishing well. It's by the wishing well, it's buried over there. So you'll take it, go and take it if you dare. But be aware, I will be there where there's a sock under a chair. I will return ear to the ground, nose in the air. And when you reach for socks, they won't be there.
It's just my favorite thing that ever happened.
I'm so happy that happened. That makes me so happy.
We're in our earlier drafts of that song. In the early drafts of that show, we really wanted Mudge to be an operatic singer, and we got totally. Nobody wanted that except for us, but I'm so happy that
we
it
needed
can now
Mudge to be
happen.
someone who could do somersaults. And in their defense, a dude in a dog suit doing a somersault.
Really good.
Awesome, still touring. So.
We're gonna sing a song that that you may have seen on YouTube if you know us at all,
Or if you know YouTube,
or if you know YouTube.
let me catch my breath. This is really hard. If I start to look like I'm sweating, well, that's 'cause I am. I'm not good with words, but that's nothing new. Still, I have to try to explain what I want to do with you. With you, run away with me. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Texas in the summer is cool. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, getting ready, let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me.
I know this is fast. What else can I do?
Call it crazy, but I'm much crazier for you. I have these plans, I have all these plans for a house that we build on a bay when we run away. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Alabama heat, sign me up. We'll be on the road like some country song. Don't be long, we'll be ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. I'm not trying to make you a wife here. I'm not trying to tie you down. I'm just saying there might be a life here, a new one as soon as we run.
Let me be a ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go.
Run away with me. Mississippi mud, watch me slide. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, almost ready now.
Let me be a ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide.
California dreams, here we come. Romeo is calling for Juliet. Ready, set, now you're ready, let's go. Anywhere, say the word and I'm already there. Run away with me. So sometimes Kate and I do super weird things, and one of the super weird things we do is we write musicals with high schoolers for like a week at a time.
We'll write like a 10-minute musical with them about sort of whatever they want. We brainstorm with them about what the show should be about.
We have a whiteboard.
Yeah, we always have a whiteboard.
On that whiteboard, we write down all the ideas for musicals, and then we like narrow them down, and we
And
all
you have a
decide things by
protagonist.
consensus.
And eventually you end up with the protagonist.
Y'all
and this
are in Washington. You understand the concept of consensus and how hard that is to get to. But these, right? We didn't plan that joke. I just made it. That was
You
such a
did
funny
it.
joke I just improvised. I am so funny.
And that was not on our plan.
Anyway, so these kids, by consensus, decided that they
the
wanted to write a musical about
their protagonist would be
an
elevator.
elevator. So they wrote a musical about an
Go
elevator.
figure.
And all of the kids together played the elevator.
And so the
kind of
elevator was
conceptual
having
thing.
this existential crisis. The
As elevators do.
The elevator had decided that it wasn't sure if it really wanted to go up and down anymore. And so then scenes progressed within the elevator that had stopped, that the elevator witnessed, and a baby was born in the elevator. And by the end of this scene that progressed, the elevator makes a decision and comes to think about his life, her life, differently. Jenny's going to sing the part of the elevator.
I'll never have a baby. I'll never even see the sun. Stuck here in this hollow shaft, I can't feel or dance or run. All I do is go up and down, up and down. People come in, my buttons are pressed. I take them to the floor, they request up and down, up and down. I'll never hear the rain fall. I'll never smell a daffodil. People choose where people go. I can't change my role, but still I can choose to go up and down, up and down. People come in, my buttons are pressed. I take them to the floor, they request up and down, up and down. People come in, my buttons are pressed. I take them to the floor, they request
My buttons are
up and
I take them to the floor. They request
and down,
and down.
So, Zach is my best friend from high school.
Yes, right.
We met at Interlochen Arts Camp. I have an Interlochen water bottle on stage.
We were
really?
just at
Who went to
Interlochen.
Interlochen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Interlochen's the best.
We were
right?
best
there
place on
last
earth.
week. It was awesome. We
Best
had such a
place
good
ever.
time.
I wasn't there,
It's
but
allegedly the band camp from American Pie is that band camp. There were like totally uniforms and intense band geeks, but it was awesome, and we all met each other, and we loved each other. So Zach and I met when we were kids, and it's so exciting to continue to work with him. He's now an established, awesome opera singer. He's in residence at Opera San Jose. Yes.
Yeah.
Opera San Jose.
We're all using microphones here. Zach does not need a microphone.
He's just humoring us.
The walls would fall down. But he's now going to sing one of our songs that's from the aforementioned album called Our First Mistake, which you can buy on your way out if you'd like. This is a song called Not a Love Story. Yeah.
It's not a love story. It's not a coming of age. It's not the kind of thing you put into a play. It's just a small story. It's just two friends all grown up. It happens, it happens, it happens one day. Why today? We saw a breath, though it was hardly winter. A passerby would say he'd seen it all before. The folded arms, the wounded eyes, the signs that we both ignored. The old cathedral looming in the shadows, the only thing we saw amid the threat of tears. We didn't speak, our lips were numb, the world didn't crumble. You say goodbye, but do you really know it's over? You say goodbye, but do you comprehend it? You go along thinking that things like this never change. And then they go and change. It's not a love story. It's not a coming of age. It's not the kind of thing you put into a play. It's just a small story. It's just two friends all grown up. It happens, it happens, it happens one day. Why does it keep coming back to one dark second? We're skipping physics just to hold each other's hands. Our stomachs quake, our first mistake. We go on demanding more. Until we're sleeping in a squalid dorm room, the lower bunk. We hold each other so tight, but there's no room here at all. We'll have to spoon or we'll fall. But we refuse, we will not say the bed is too small for us. We only wanted more, unending, more. A horizon spreading out as far as we can see. I'd have you, you'd have me. As sure as time would pass, as permanent as stone cathedrals. Maybe if we hadn't skipped physics, we'd know everything has a decay. We hadn't learned yet that each romance as a last day. Cathedral bells rang out to mark the hour, reminding us that this was just another night. That hours pass, that morning breaks, that somehow there's still sunlight. You say goodbye, but do you really know it's over? You say goodbye, but do you comprehend it? There was a time when you were sure some things never change, but that can also change. It's not a love story, it's just a small story, and it happens one day. Today.
This next song is also from Sam Brown.
And
It
it's
was one time. Oh, it's also what? What were you
I
going to
was gonna
say?
say
Let's
that
see
I-
which of our factoids is more interesting. I bet mine one.
Mine was more promotional.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Mercenary. I was going to say it's also on our album, and I was going to also say that Brian, Vienna
We
Tang
mentioned next
sings
we
it.
always forget to mention that we have
We
an
do,
album.
so now we're overkilling. But also, Brian and I have been, we've been on the road for about 2 weeks, and Brian's been carrying these around in his bag for 2 weeks just to get here. So I'm just saying.
I've been carrying CDs, T-shirts, and these adorable tote bags.
The tote bags
that
are really cool.
and they've been killing my back. Okay, but this song, my factoid, is that this song was sung on Miss America a couple of years ago, and it was introduced by Mario Cantone from Saved by the Bell. Mario Lopez. I hate myself. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. We should play Two Truths and a Lie more often with
Yeah,
this.
that's. Can you imagine if during the concert we were like, okay, these things are true. This song was covered by Bowen. No, this song was. I already told you, Miss America. Oh, and then Chelsea lately made fun of it and said it was a completely mediocre song.
It's okay.
How famous is that though, Chelsea
It's
lately?
pretty
Come
famous. Sometimes when I look at you, I don't know why you wait. Schoolgirl in a little world who learns everything late. I always had all the answers, now I don't have a clue. Some nights when the clouds are thick and the wind starts to blow, I just got fumbly. Are we starting from the beginning? We're a little punchy. We're gonna be really serious this time. Yeah, for seriousness. Okay. Sometimes when I look at you, I don't know why you'd wait. Schoolgirl in a little world who learns everything late. I've always had all the answers, now I don't have a clue. starts to blow. I stare out the window wondering where I will go. I turn the light out under the covers, all I think of is you. Just you. Say the word, and I just might listen. Say the word, and you might get your way. Loving you should be easier, but say the word, and I might have to stay. Meanwhile, there's so many things that I don't understand. I don't know why I tremble when you reach for my hand. I didn't know how to love until you swept me away. So say the word, and I just might listen. Say the word, and you might get your way. Loving you should be easier, but say the word, and I might have to stay. I wanna love, I wanna ride, I wanna be the girl there by your side. Just tell me when, just tell me how, tell me I'm ready now. Today, say the word, and I just might listen. Say the word, and you might get your way. Loving you should be easier, but say the word, and I might have to stay. You did it. We did it.
We did it! We really did do it.
We're so serious.
Um,
Okay, the next thing that we're doing is maybe the least serious thing in the world, except that it is serious.
It's super, super serious.
Serious, amazing.
Okay, so tell them about how Jenny Barber's the greatest and how everything.
Jenny Barber is one of the greatest
She's just
actors
the
I've ever
greatest.
worked with. I'm gonna just toot her horn for just a second. I mean, I actually talk about this all the time. We were at all these schools in the Midwest for the last 2 weeks, and all I did, they would ask questions like, "What do you like in a performer? Why do you want to work with certain people?"
like,
and I
"Well,
would
Jenny
just talk
Barber."
about Jenny Barber. So when we first hired Jenny Barber to do this, she actually did Henry and Mudge for us. She did the first workshop of it, and we saw this little girl walk in. She was so young and
Were you
so
ju-
little.
you were like weeks out of college, right?
Yeah. And she walked in, and she was just this burst of energy and light and awesomeness. And
We knew we had to exploit it.
And so we wrote this song. I mean, it's a 60-minute show, but we wrote this totally epic number for this 6-year-old named Annie, played by Jenny Barber. And it was a little too big for the show. But there's a section of it in the show, but this is my favorite thing that happens.
So welcome to, for the next 5.5 minutes, Jenny Barber the musical.
Did you see my party dress? This morning I was feeling dressy. Mother thinks I'll get it messy, but you cannot see where I have spilled. I spilled here, and here, and here, and here. Oh no, that was on my other dress. John Michael stole my birthday cake, and Jenna Walker tried to take my crunch and munch. It wasn't fair. I grabbed the punch, I climbed the chair, but then I fell and punch went everywhere. On the floor, on my chair, on his shoes, in her hair. But it wasn't on my party dress. John Michael once made fun of soccer, so I stuffed him in a locker. I play soccer and I play the flute. I do art and discover camp and tumbling and t-ball, and I play piano every night. My dad says I'm a prodigy, but I think I would rather be the FBI or CIA, a secret spy who saves the day. And when I'm finished saving it, I'll play Ode to Joy and John Joe, Flejaka, Allegro, the Pocket Bell Cannon, and also this song I wrote. La 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 la. It has words. I'm a spy, and it's really fun. And I wear a cape, and do you like my party dress? When I do pirouettes at Russell's, I buy all my clothes in Brussels. Dad says that's where Brussels sprouts are from. I've toured Brussels and Paris and Vienna, and this one time we pretended to go to Rome, but we went to Iceland. And in Iceland, my dad presided over an international corporate trade hearing. Whoops. That was a secret. And we saw the Reykjavik Ballet. My dance class is on Saturday. Miss Laura and Miss Lisa say I'm much more bright than I appear. I shall say right, it's very clear that I'll be in the Nutcracker next year. As a mouse, then a soldier, then a candy cane, or a marzipan, then a Russian, or an angel, then a Polish. And now let me dance to this song, 'cause I wrote it so well. It goes, I will dance until I play all the parts in the great ballet. Sing with me, I didn't hear you very well. I think you gotta do it again. I will do a turn, then another turn. Mother says I'll quit. I will never quit. I will do the splits. And I guess that's it. Oh, and one day when I'm president, take that Eisenhower, my bedtime will be very late, so I have time to legislate the kind of laws I think are cool. I'll pass a clause to banish school, and then all of the countries that I rule will be peaceful and happy and comfortable and sad and freely and pretty and lacy and silky and perfect and pink like my my party.
You guys, we've had so much fun here.
Thank you so much for having
This
us.
has just been the blast. This has been a blast. We want to thank Tim and Margaret and Matt and Dempsey.
And we want to thank Sean, who's done the
on the
sound, and
sound.
we want to also thank Jen, who's doing the lights. Everybody's been amazing and really helpful. We also want to thank Jenny Barber and Zach Altman for trekking down from New York City today. We're really happy to have them with us. And thank you guys for coming out tonight. It means so much to us, especially like coming out of, I don't know, I think you all probably left work early. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, I'm Brian Loudermilk, and this is Kate Kerrigan. You can find things about us online. We have a website, kerriganloudermilk.com. We have... Yeah, sometimes Kate tweets things. I don't know how she does that or where she does it, but it allegedly happens somehow. Yes, we're going to do one more song and then our encore after that. Listen. First, Zach is going to sing one more song from Republic.
When there's nothing to hold on to but a dream made long ago, and you're fighting for a future no child of yours will know, I can see now how it happens, choosing not to face the facts, holding on to your illusions till they stop you in your tracks. When my eyes are clear and I stand apart, I can see it all, I can hold it in. It's enough to break your heart. Why not run? Why on earth would you stay when there's nothing left to pray for? Why in God's name would you pray? Just run anywhere. But your eyes lift to God, even as you despair. One last hope, one last prayer. When there's one thing you would die for, your perspective goes away, and you question your convictions. You get on your knees and pray, but you never knew, or you learned too late, that you have the fight and you have the dream, and it's why you can't cease to rage. Why not run? Why on earth would you stay when there's nothing left to pray for? Why in God's name would you pray? Just run anywhere. But your eyes lift to God, even as you despair. One last hope, one last prayer. When a man is good and he knows what's right, he may lose the war, but he'll stay and fight. I can't run. Where on earth would I go? There's no life for me without her. There's no happiness I'll ever know. What can a man do but stand and pray? Lift my eyes up to God, even as I despair, and I feel it as it rises. One last chance, one last hope, one last prayer.
Thank
An
you.
encore? Why, yes, we will play our planned encore.
So we have a little sing-along that we like to do at the end of our concerts when we have the chance to. It sounded like people were willing to sing along.
Yeah?
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 Okay, cool.
Cool.
So
This
there's
one we're
two
gonna teach
parts.
you.
There's a girl part, and it goes like this. First off, the words are, the earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. And it goes like this. The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. Let me hear that, girls.
The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on.
Some of y'all are
And the
singing.
guy part. The earth keeps turning. My dad's just staring at me. Light keeps
He's heard this before.
shifting. Heard it a million times, not gonna sing. Keep holding on. Let's put them together. The
The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on.
Thank you guys so much, and thank you again, Jenny and Zach. It's amazing to do these things with your best friends.
I wake up every morning, surprised to see the sun, surprise the world, and I continue on our frantic run.
Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become way back when.
The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. I'm growing up again. The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on.
I wish the world would notice and pause a breath for you. I wish that I could tell the world to stop. I want to.
Days become weeks, weeks become months, months become way back when, way back when. The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on.
I'm growing up again.
The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on.
I'm growing up again.
The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. The earth keeps turning, the light keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. The earth keeps turning, keeps shifting, and I keep holding on. The earth keeps turning,
right. Keep